Hello, and welcome back to Bible Notes. Today we are going to start in 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 23. For you have been born again, but not into a life that will quickly end. Your new life will last forever, because it comes from the eternal and living Word of God. The Bible is the only book that is capable of completely transforming us. Let's look at the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verses 10 and 11. Verse 10. The rain and the snow come down from the heavens and stay on the ground to water the earth. They cause the grain to grow, producing seed for the farmers and bread for the hungry. Verse 11. It is the same for my word. I put it out, and it produces fruit. It will accomplish everything I want it to, and it will prosper everywhere I send it. The Bible is a seed that will always produce fruit. I want to encourage you and challenge you today to let it take root in you and become a person of the Word. But before we can become people of the Word, we have to understand, what does the Word actually mean? Let's look at a couple of verses in the book of John. Let's start with John 1:1. In the beginning the Word already existed. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. Now let's skip forward to John chapter 1, verse 14. The Word became human, and he made his home among us. And he was filled with unfailing love and faithfulness, and we have seen his glory, the glory of the Father's one and only Son. The Bible is the written Word of God, but Jesus is the living, holy Word of God. Let's look at 1 John 1:1 now. We proclaim to you the one who existed from the beginning, whom we have heard and seen. We have seen him with our own eyes and touched him with our own hands. He is the Word of life. Jesus is the Word of God, and he is God himself. The Bible is not a fairy tale, fiction, myth written by man, but it is a power-filled book written by God and inspired by God to transform man. Now for the rest of this video, we are going to be in Psalms 119, and we'll just skip around some of the verses in that chapter. So let's start. Let's start in Psalms 119, verse 165. Those who love your instructions have great peace and do not stumble. We need to stop becoming so offended and stumbling over every little thing. Now let's skip to verses 89 and 90. Your eternal word, dear Lord, stands firm in heaven. Your faithfulness extends to every generation. As enduring as the earth. Now let's skip forward to verse 160. The very essence of your word is truth. Your just regulations will stand forever. Now let's move to verse 129. Your laws are wonderful, no wonder I obey them. Now let's move to verse 105. Your word is a lamp to guide my feet and a light for my path. God is an eternal light that will never fade. He guides us into his kingdom and he helps us understand. But we need to know the word of God, his word, for him to guide us and for us to understand him. Now we're still in Psalms 119, and let's turn to verse 144. Your laws are always right. Help me to understand them so I may live. Now let's skip back to verse 137. O Lord, you are righteous, and your regulations are always fair. It amazes me of how many people can no longer tell the difference between right and wrong anymore today. But we need to know that God's way is always the right way. And he will never steer us wrong. We need to know how to live so that we can help the world learn how to live the right way. And to do that, we need the Bible to be a part of our daily lives. Okay, that's it for this time, and I will see you guys next time. And remember, I love you, and I'm praying for you. God bless.